Thank y'all so much for joining us here in the Chad's Media Studios. I'm Tyler Lennon with Chad's Media and Front Porch News. We have some very special guests with us today. It's the coaching staff of your Sulphur Springs LadyCats basketball team. I've got head coach Erica Deli with me. We also have assistant coaches Timothy Aguilon and Donald Butler. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Coach, I know this is your first year here in the program as the head coach. How are you getting settled in? How are you liking things?
I love it here. The community has embraced me, and it's just been an easy transition to here from Greenville. So I'm enjoying it very much.
Yes, ma'am. And we talked a little bit off camera. I know you and Coach Butler have worked together before in a kind of new environment. How much does it help to have an assistant coach that you have worked with previously?
He makes it easy he already knows everything that I want to do, and he has way more experience than me. And so I lean to him for a lot, and I'm glad he's here with me. It's such a ease when he's here with me.
Coming into a program, this LadyCats team has had a ton of success in the past. I've been covering the team for a couple of years now. They continue to make the playoffs, always have a very talented roster. Being your first year in the program, is that a little bit intimidating, or is it kind of exciting to get to come into a program that has success like that?
It's exciting. I've always admired Sulphur Springs from afar, and getting the opportunity to come where winning is a part of the tradition, it's exciting for me to be a part of this.
Awesome. One of the things I wanted to ask you, as I mentioned, a lot of success in the past, always a talented roster. Lost some talented players from last year, but of course returning some. How are you looking forward to that, having some returning players, but also maybe some new players that are going to get more experience on varsity?
Well, I'm trying to mix it in with the seniors, and we have about 3 freshmen on varsity and a junior and 1 sophomore. So I'm different from the last coach, new system and new offensive system, new defensive system. So they're going to take a little time for them to get adjusted to it, the seniors included. And so it's been a learning process for them. And so, but having those seniors there with leadership is helping the freshman core. So.
You mentioned the new systems and everything. One of the things I wanted to get into you with, Sulphur Springs has a very good fan base. Home games always packed, travel well as well. So what can these fans expect from your new systems? You mentioned kind of offense and defensively. When they come to a game, what can they expect in terms of style of play?
Aggressive defense. I love to switch it up. You might see us in a zone press. We like to get after it. So with offensively wise, we do a lot of horn set with the poster at the top of the elbows, and a lot of pick and roll, a lot of cutting. And so, but I'm really known for my defense and my style of plays. We get out there defensively.
Awesome. Another question I wanted to ask you. I don't want to touch too much on this, but I know the early going's kind of been tough, been banged up a little bit. How hard has that been to work through?
It's hard to find continuity, especially when you have 5 players out right now. It's hard to practice. You can't practice against each other. So we're working through it, and especially when you're trying to learn a new defense, a new offense, it's going to be a little struggle, but I'm asking for patience and give us time and to process. Just trust the process. That's what our girls are doing. We're trusting the process. We're getting better. My goal is to get better every game and before district, and when district starts, we'll be ready to roll.
How much tougher does that make your job? Because I know every season's kind of a fresh start. It takes a while to get to know your roster, kind of what your starting lineup will be, your rotations, especially being not a first-year coach, but first year in this program, and having the players banged up. How much tougher has that made your job in terms of, again, kind of learning your rotations and everything like that?
The practice, when you JV and varsity level is a little bit different. So we're practicing against our JV, but we're a lot faster than our JV. So things might look right in practice, but when you get in the varsity game, the speed of the game, it's picked up so much. So it's a little bit of adjustment. And then when you trying to get continuity with the team and everybody's injured, you kind of have to start that over. But COVID last year, I had to kind of deal with that last year a little bit. We started out at Greenville with 4 players, and we didn't really get our main group into the first week of district. So I kind of understand how to work that. So COVID last year taught me a lot. So I think this which is going to make it easier for me to transition to this year.
Looking at your schedule, one of the first things that really jumps off the page, a lot of road games. Unfortunately, not near as many home games as you would probably like. How tough is that going to be? But also for your players and for yourself, when you do have those home games, how much will that benefit you, and how much will y'all enjoy getting to play at home?
I noticed that the crowd here at Sulphur Springs is awesome. So that's going to be tough with not having that crowd behind us at the away games. But when we come home, I already have people in the hallways, teachers, students, and some community people have been telling me they come to the game, and I know it's going to be exciting for the girls. So I'm looking forward. Anytime we have a home game, I'm looking forward to it.
I know it's very tough to answer this question this early in the year, but what are some of the goals this year, just in terms of district playoffs and that kind of thing?
We want to repeat as district champs. That's the number one goal. So these games are just building us up for district, and obviously make a deep playoff run. That's our ultimate goal this year.
Awesome. Kind of one of the things I want to wrap up with. I know this is a broad question and everything, but first year here in the program, as we've mentioned, very supportive fan base and community here. This is kind of your open forum to get to speak to the community, just in terms of what they can expect, or you're excited to be here, or just what would you like to say?
Just have patience with us. It's a process. We're building. We had me and the coaching staff had a chance to go visit our middle school parents last night. We're going to start putting teams together in the summer because we want to play year-round. We're trying to get a couple of summer teams in high school and middle school. We need volunteers and volunteer coaches, because obviously we can't coach in the summer. But if we want to, that's how you build a strong foundation of strong team. So, hey, if you willing, come holler at me. We're located in the gym. Let's build. We have strong coaching staff here. That's why I have these guys with me, because we trust us. We can get your daughter there. So just be patient with us. And let's build together.
Awesome. Thank y'all so much for coming in today. Like I said, this is my third year covering Hopkins County sports, and both the boys and the girls Sulphur Springs basketball teams have been so much fun to watch the last couple of years. A ton of success. So I think I speak not only for myself, but for everybody watching. We're definitely excited for this season and excited for it to be under y'all's coaching staff and everything.
Excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.